The man I'd been dating online turned out to be my acid-tongued boss. The instant I discovered my sweet, worshipful cyber boyfriend was actually my razor-tongued CEO, I marched straight to the chat window and pulled the plug. The next morning, the entire Sterling headquarters knew the tyrant of the 33rd floor had been dumped. I hungered at my desk, trying to evaporate into background noise, until Hanson stalked into the Bluebird Cafe, yanked me off a blind date chair, and growled, "Baby, please don't leave me. I can't breathe without you." "Babe, raid tonight?" "Babe, why the silence?" Still grinding at work, I snapped my laptop shut and rolled my neck something, and there was one swivel from snapping. Then I remembered my iPhone had died on the commute. I hadn't answered any of his messages. The instant it powered on, WhatsApp exploded. "Me, sorry, baby, just escaped another overtime shift." Phone flatlined. "Him, thought you'd ghosted me for good." I vented, "It's the new boss, hands us a brief today, wants the pitch deck yesterday." I tacked on a sobbing emoji. Hanson fired back a hug gif. "Him, want me to ambush him after work?" Just a light beating, I swear. Knowing it was a joke, I still batted my lashes through the screen. "Me, violence is wrong, but for the sake of my traumatized soul, ABS today." 10 minutes later, photo, a towel rode low on his hips, water beaded down the knife edge of his obliques and vanished beneath terry cloth. The mental reel that flashed behind my eyes turned an SFW in 0.2 seconds. I fanned my blazing cheeks. "Get a grip, Ivy." A voice note landed low, lazy, lethal, like your midnight snack, baby. Cue flashback. 2 years ago, summer break at Grandma's. Cousin was mid-Valor Quest match. I downloaded the game, begged him to squad me. After my 38th consecutive feeding spree on his national service Zhao Yun, Hanson lost it. "Sis, stick to tic-tac dough." That stung. Pride on fire, I ground ranked games every spare hour. One night I whiffed my ult and our ADC flamed me. Suddenly Jungle mic'd up, "If you can't peel a support, how trash are you? Shut up in lane." Hanson then proceeded to gut our ADC from river to nexus. First time anyone defended. Me and Pixels. Post-match I spammed friend requests, twice declined, finally accepted. 2 weeks of shameless groveling later, Hanson let me tag along. At first Hanson answered in monosyllables. I chatted enough for 4. Did it deter me? No, it activated competitive mode. Taylor later, Hanson initiated conversations and invited me to duo. That, ladies and gentlemen, is when the fish hooked itself. I iced him for 3 days. Hanson cracked. "Like you. Please stop doing other guys." Victory tasted like whipped cream. Relationship status in a duo with Nightwolf. Once cuffed, Hanson turned into a golden retriever in human form. 1 hour of radio silence and my phone blew up. His shamelessness also leveled up. Remember coaxing the first shirtless selfie? 2 buttons defied all negotiation. Now Hanson's spamming full frontal thirst traps. Monks were right, male beauty ruins minds. I pitched my voice breathy, "Big bro, aren't you scared I'll bite?" Hanson voice called instantly. "Stop seducing me, little devil. When do we meet?" I've fantasized a whole year. 2nd month dating, Hanson begged to fly over. I invented excuses. Hanson stopped asking, but the cash kept arriving, north of 200 grand so far. Me, you haven't seen my face. What if I'm a gremlin? Him, my girl smells like vanilla and looks like heaven. Let's do May 20th, okay? I laughed. Fine, Cupid. Bluebird 5/20. Hanson squeaked like a kettle, then rambled happy nonsense for 30 straight minutes. Overslept, sprinted back upstairs for the forgotten iPhone, reached Sterling lobby at 8:58 a.m. 2 minutes to tragedy. Elevator doors were closing. I hammered the call button. They sighed open. Inside stood a sculpted face, cheekbones sharp enough to file taxes. Thin lips pressed flat, a single teardrop mole at the corner of one up-tilted eye. Zachary motioned me in. "Ivy, quick." I dove for the corner, terrified of brushing Royal Highness. Morning, Murdoch Sterling. Hanson checked his panner eye. 9:01, tardy. $300 penalty. I swallowed the curse. Why did his voice flicker an echo of my sweet gamer boyfriend? Now my baby's timber is honey, not liquid nitrogen, when the door slid open on 33. I hustled out, nearly face planted into his chest after tripping on my own clog. His gaze dripped distilled disdain. At my cubicle, Holly offered a silent prayer. "Of all elevators, you boarded Satan's." And got docked. Karmic speedrun. I stabbed my cocaine plush with a pen. "Die, Scrooge McSterling, die." Lynn rapped my desk. "Pitched X, people." I handed over the folder. She smiled maternal warmth. "Oh, emergency, 10 a.m., glass-walled conference room. Julian wants live presentations." Holly and I locked pupils. We're toast. I slipped my phone out and quietly texted my online boyfriend. "Baby, our new boss is such a tyrant. Hanson even docked my pay. Venmo transfer $10,000. Venmo transfer $10,000. Baby, don't be sad. I've got you covered. Buy whatever you want." Reading his messages, I smothered a giggle behind my hand. Nothing beats training your own man yourself. Holly suddenly nudged me. I looked up to find Julian staring with iceberg eyes and snapped the phone shut. The first victim called to present was Design's new intern, Lin Wan. The longer she talked, the deeper Julian's frown carved stop. What is this pitch? Did you even think about the client's needs? Where's your data? The intern's mouth opened, but no sound came. She froze. Zachary leaned in, murmuring that she should sit down. In that moment, I idolized Zachary. To survive 3 years beside the Demon King, I'd have resigned on day one. Next, Ivy. When Julian heard my name, Hansen glanced over, something speculative flickering across his face. I walked them through my deck. I just congratulated myself on not being interrupted when the slap came. You were tardy this morning, too. Did you notice the holes in this deck? I picked at my cuticles and whispered, no. When I saw your name, I hoped your work would feel different. I couldn't parse the compliment-insult hybrid. Spend more time on the job. Teachers only cut straight a student slack. Every head in the glass-walled conference room swiveled toward me. Now I got it. Hansen was calling me incompetent and late. Look at these pitches. If you're not going to use your brains, donate them to someone who will. We'd all heard the legends of Julian's tongue. Today we collected the scars, Mr. Sterling. Talia has arrived. She's waiting outside. At Zachary's words, the glacier cracked. Julian actually smiled. Through the glass we gawked at the bombshell in big waves and feline eyes, all temptation and poise. Only after Julian's back vanished did we exhale and file out. Back at our desks, Holly stage whispered, hear this? Talia's his childhood friend and they're basically engaged. I frowned. How do you even know that? Same office, yet she hoarded all the intel. Last week when I dropped off files, I heard them picking engagement ring styles. His mom was there, gushing that Talia would be family any day. Liu Yan leaned in. I heard him on the phone saying baby. Add that to Holly's scoop. Talia's definitely the girlfriend. She glanced at me. You were out that day, else you'd have heard it yourself. Zachary stepped out of the corner office. Gossip evaporated. Nobody wanted a second lashing. The floor fell silent except for the drum of keyboards. I spent the afternoon revising my deck round after round until it finally felt bulletproof. When I checked my phone, it was already 7:30. I stumbled into my apartment, shed my jacket, and collapsed on the sofa. I texted baby, my boss trashed my deck today. Crying emoji, my brilliant girl, Hansen just doesn't get your genius. Venmo, $50,000. Venmo, $50,000. Buy yourself the bag the internet says cures everything. His words soaked the sting out of the day. Baby, you don't have to keep sending money. I still have savings. Are you seeing someone else? You never spend what I give you. Don't break up with me, asterisk sniffle asterisk. I could almost see his pout through the screen. To stop the spiral, I typed fast, no, baby. You've already sent me tons. But I earn it just to spoil you. Tonight Hansen felt extra adorable. Oh, and some woman at work tried to brush against me. I didn't let her touch. Only my baby gets to touch me. Puppy emoji, a weird flutter tickled my gut, but I couldn't name it, so I shook it off. Good boy. Keep your distance from other women. Then since I'm so good, can I kiss you when we meet? My ears and cheeks ignited. If you want to kiss me, just do it, why ask? 3 overtime shifts later, Friday night finally arrived. I stood before my closet, stomach fizzing at tomorrow's first offline date. When I emerged in a white sleeveless mini dress, my roommate sprang off the couch. Honey, Ivy's stunning. Look at that figure, Hansen'll be putty in your hands. In the mirror, the white bandeau dress hugged every curve, the tailored waist carving out a perfect silhouette, my long hair tumbling in lazy waves that dawn. Ding dong, ding dash dong dot, I fumbled for my charging phone. Baby, are you awake? I'm so excited to finally see you today. I bolted upright, right, today was D-Day. Phone in hand, I padded to the bathroom. Gonna brush my teeth, see you at Riverside. Okay, baby. I set the phone down, checked outfit and makeup one last time and left. Baby, I'm at Riverside already, wearing the tee you bought me, nobody else has it. Your taste is flawless. Snort. Who knew Hansen could be this childish? I was about to step inside and surprise him when the world tilted. The shirt I'd mailed my online boyfriend was wrapped around my boss's torso. So my sweet gamer was my savage CEO. No, maybe a coincidence. I lied to myself. Thumb shaking, I texted, baby, are you here? Did you bring anything so I can spot you? Reality slugged me. Baby, I'm at the entrance holding a blush pink bouquet, come find me, Ivy. What are you doing here? I jerked my head up. Julian stood before me, arms full of blush pink roses. I shoved my phone behind my back and stabbed the power button. Screen dying as my heart hammered. Boss, my best friend and I were shopping and we just happened to pass by. She's in the restroom, so I'm waiting here. Oh, then take your time browsing. No. I had to break up with him. Before Hansen realized who I really was, I had to end it right now. I spun around, whipped out my iPhone, and fired off a breakup text. After thinking it over, let's break up. Don't look me up again. Babe, why? Did I do something wrong to make you angry? Even through the screen, I could feel how cautiously Hansen was typing. I don't like roses. You never even figured out what my favorite flower is. Sorry, babe. You never told me what flower you wanted, and the internet said every girl loves roses. I'll buy a new bouquet right away. Can we please not break up? No. 3 dancing dots kept flashing at the top of the chat. Hansen already had a girlfriend, and the two of them had even started talking about engagement rings. Yet here Hansen was messing with me. Was I just some cage toy Hansen wanted to keep? No wonder Hansen kept Venmoing me money. The more I thought about it, the more certain I became. I'm not asking permission, I'm informing you we're done. You can't. I won't agree to a breakup. I refuse. Breaking up is my call. Your approval is irrelevant. Hansen rang my phone over and over. I slammed decline on every single one. Hansen wouldn't give up 10 straight calls. All ignored. Hansen was frantic. Voice messages poured in. You already have a girlfriend and you're chasing me too, scumbag. After that, I deleted his contact. A second later, my ringtone yelped. The screen screamed baby. I flicked him into the block list. Only when I was home did I realize how impulsive I'd been. I'd exposed him as a two-timer. What if Hansen worked out who I actually was? Would Hansen retaliate? Then again, I'd only ever used my private WhatsApp and Sterling had no idea that account existed. Hansen shouldn't be able to track me. Hurt.yhh. First love, gone. Turns out I'd been an unwitting side piece. Once upon a time I dreamed about our wedding, Chinese banquet, or Western chapel. In the middle of the night I jerked awake from a nightmare. In it, Julian uncovered my real identity. Hansen seized my parents to blackmail me, imprison me in a life with him. I tried to run countless times, but I could never escape. I pressed a hand to my chest, waited until my heartbeat steadied, then finally slipped back to sleep. Ivy, morning, Holly said, handing me a coffee. Hey, Ivy, your eyes are all red. Were you crying? Probably the overtime shifts. Too many late nights staring at the screen, my eyes burn. Guess I need to restock on eye drops. Holly nodded at my explanation. Right, now that you mention it, mine are scratchy too. Grab me a bottle while you're at it, I will. Relieved that I deflected her suspicion, I exhaled softly. Julian stepped off the elevator in a jet black suit. I whipped around, ducking and bowing, burying my head under the desk so Hansen wouldn't spot me. The moment Hansen disappeared into his office, I straightened up. Ivy, did you drop something? Need help, ah? Weren't you crouching to look for something? Oh yeah. Found it already. Holly muttered okay and went back to work. I noticed HR's Jamie being summoned. To the corner office. My heart skipped. No way Hansen's already narrowing the hunt to Sterling's staff. Half an hour later, Jamie re-emerged. The gossip vultures swarmed. What did the boss want? Hansen stormed in looking like a hurricane. Jamie, Hansen asked if anyone was spreading rumors about him having a girlfriend, and whether I knew who started it. Holly, you didn't sell us out, right? Relax, I told him I had no clue. But from his vibes, it looks like someone dumped him. Tighten your seatbelts. Gasps rippled around. Holy crap, the boss got dumped? Yup, when I stepped in, his screen was a wall of red exclamation marks. Colleague Kinyan thought I was imagining it, but his eyelids were kinda puffy. Jamie, weird part, Hansen asked which designers are single and which have partners. I blurted, did you answer? Everyone turned to look at me. Jamie, yep. Hansen said it's for a head count for the next team building so people know if they can bring their significant others. Director Lin strode toward us hugging a pile of folders. Enough chatter. The boss is toxic today. Keep your heads down and don't poke the bear. In minutes, the desks returned to a hush, only I spent the entire shift quivering like a leaf. As soon as the clock hit 5, I sprinted ahead of everyone to badge out. I just flopped onto my bed, hair still damp from the blow dryer, when Mom called. Ivy, Mrs. Holmes' son is back from abroad this week, working in your same city. Make time tomorrow afternoon to meet him. Mom, I told you I'm not doing setup dates and I'm on shift tomorrow afternoon. Dad chimed in, Ivy, take a vacation day. When Mom was sick, Mrs. Holmes rushed her to the hospital. We're not forcing a match, we just owe her courtesy. Show up, let us deliver a thank you basket after, and the debt's repaid. I know my parents decline to turn down anyone who's helped them, fine. I'll request leave and meet him tomorrow. Mom studied my profile on the video call. Ivy, you're getting thinner again. Are you skipping meals? Her concern melted me. Of course not. I just miss your home cooking, starving for love, Mom. Flatterer. We ran through the usual warnings to eat properly, then they quizzed me on life. It was almost 10, I claimed duties so they'd hang up before Mom stretched the call to another hour. The next workday. Felt boneless, head floating, maybe I'd overcranked the AC overnight. Achoo, 3 in a row. I hurried to message Mom, dearest Queen Mother. Your baby girl caught a cold, miserable. I opened my drawer and thanked the heavens I hadn't junked those daykill packets. Tortu dumped them into a mug. I pushed into the break room and froze. Julian lounged against the wall, sipping coffee. Instinct told me to spin around and bolt. His voice landed on my back. Am I terrifying? You flee the instant you see me. Haha, of course not, boss. My laugh could have cracked glass. Hansen advanced a step. Or maybe you're guilty of something and can't face me. No, absolutely not. My voice jumped an octave. Julian's gaze locked on, roaming over me. My heart felt like it was trying to pound right out of my chest. I silently prayed. Crap, Hansen couldn't already know it was me, could Hansen? Sterling, the meeting is about to start. At that moment, Zachary appeared like a guardian angel rescuing me. I set the cup on the table and only then noticed the WhatsApp my mom had sent 7 minutes earlier. Ivy, I ordered you some daykill packets on Instarks. Take them as soon as they arrive. Mom, I already took something. I'll pick it up when I get home tonight. After Julian walked the clients out, Hansen headed to reception to collect the gift they'd just delivered. While reaching for the present, Hansen accidentally knocked a takeout bag to the floor. When Hansen picked it up, the phone number on the label caught his eye. Hansen knew that string of digits by heart. The recipient's name was printed in bold, Ivy. Suddenly everything clicked. Scenes flashed through his mind in rapid succession. Why I'd happened to show up at the riverside for our first offline date. Why my reaction that morning had been so bizarre. Hansen crushed the medicine bag in his fist and bolted for the elevators to find me. Seeing my chair empty, Hansen asked Holly beside it, "Where's Ivy?" "Ivy took 2 hours off this afternoon. Sick leave." Julian glanced at the medicine, worry flooding him. Holly, yup. Said her mom set up a blind date for her. Bluebird Cafe. Miss Sterling, what would you like? A latte is fine, Mrs. Holmeson handed the menu to the server. "To lattes, no sugar, please." "Hi, I'm Paul. Truth is, I'm already in love with someone. I can tell you don't want to be here either." From the way Hansen spoke, I sensed Hansen was gentle, someone worth knowing. "I'm Ivy." Once we both admitted we had other people in our hearts, conversation turned easy and we chatted happily. By the time Julian arrived, our heads were practically touching. I was yanked upright and tumbled into a warm chest. A male voice sounded above me. "Hi, I'm Julian Sterling, Gigi's boyfriend." I could almost feel those last few words bitten out one by one. Paul rose and offered his hand. "Hello, I'm Miss Sterling's setup date." Julian ignored the hand and tightened his arm around my waist. "Pleasure, Paul. Ivy and I have to run." The moment we stepped outside, I pried the fingers off my waist. "Boss, you've got the wrong person. I'm not your girlfriend." "Baby, I haven't got the wrong person, it's you." Hansen held up the daykill my mom had bought. "Damn, how could I have forgotten about that? Busted, I came clean, Julian. We already broke up." Julian's voice cracked. "Baby, I never agreed to a breakup. Let's go back to the office and I'll explain, okay?" My tone was ice cold. "I don't think we have anything left to say." 10 minutes, just give me 10 minutes to talk, please." In the end, I agreed to return with him, telling myself it wasn't mercy. I only wanted to hear how Hansen tried to wriggle out of it. Hansen tentatively took my hand, and when I didn't shake him off, Hansen carefully led me into the office. In the dark, I was suddenly pulled into a broad male embrace. His body was shaking. "Baby, don't break up with me, please. I'm begging you, I can't live without you." Tears splashed against my collarbone without warning. I pushed the arms clenched around me away with all my strength. "You already have a fiancé, yet you come looking for me. What am I, your little toy stashed on the side?" His back slammed the light switch and Hansen hissed in pain. The room brightened instantly. Hansen ignored the ache and stammered, "Baby, no. You're the only girlfriend I've ever had, I swear." Looking at his red-rimmed eyes, I challenged him. "The whole company knows you and Talia are about to marry. They're even picking out engagement rings. And you still deny it? Baby, she doesn't love me. You're the one I'm going to marry." Julian unlocked his phone and scrolled frantically as if evidence were hiding in there. "She used to like me, but after you came into my life I turned her down plain and clear. Now she loves my cousin. The groom is my cousin. She's only designing our rings as a favor." A phone was pressed into my palm, staring at the chat log. I realized I'd jumped to the wrong conclusion. "I'm sorry I misjudged you." His nose twitched slightly. "It's not your fault, baby. I didn't give you enough security, that's why you doubted. Now will you take me off your block list?" I'd started dating him without knowing Hansen was my boss. Now that I knew, we really couldn't continue. "Morgan," I said coldly, "I still think we're wrong for each other. Why?" His voice was hoarse, eyes flooded with pain. "Tell me what I did wrong and I'll fix it. Please don't say break up." "Sigh, admit it, Ivy, you're soft on him." I looked at the man kneeling with his head buried against my stomach and said, "Julian, get up first." Hansen lifted his face. A spark of hope flared in his eyes, bright enough to blind. Let's try again but keep it secret for now. Julian knew Hansen couldn't push too hard. Still, if someone else stumbled on the truth, that wouldn't be his fault. Back home, I unblocked him. Baby, good night. I suspected Hansen been texting me the whole time. The moment I freed him, a message landed. Good night. To dodge Julian, I arrived half an hour earlier than usual. The elevator doors I just shut slid open again. Wondering who else was crazy enough to show up at this hour, I thought, huh? Baby, were you hiding from me? You're here so early. Julian stepped in, his tall frame boxed me into the corner at once. The instant the doors parted, I scrambled out like a startled cat. Slow down, baby, don't trip, his laughing voice called behind me. Hansen came to my cubicle and set down a breakfast Hansen bought. Baby, I got yours to eat while it's hot. I'll bring breakfast every day from now on. Shut up, we're at Sterling, quit calling me baby. I clapped a hand over his mouth. My palm met warm wetness. Hansen licked it. An electric tingle shot through me. I scrunched my shoulders. Julian, you're shameless. You're so cute, I could kiss you right now, baby. Ding, elevator rival. I suddenly kicked Julian aside. Several colleagues stepped out. Morning, boss, morning. I kept my head down, trying to disappear. Ivy, you're early today. Aha, yeah, traffic, so I left early. I could feel someone's grievous stare drilling into my back. Don't be mad, I kicked from reflex. I don't care, you owe me compensation. All right. Sterling just landed a huge account. The boss announced that once the project wraps, everyone pockets a $10,000 bonus. Everyone complained about Julian's acid tongue, but when it came to handing out money, the man was dead serious. If his salary hadn't been so sky high, the overtime shifts Hansen demanded every other day would have sent us all running weeks ago. Ivy, the boss wants you to take this file to him. Knock, 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 come in. The instant the door swung shut, my wrists were seized and pinned above my head. The folder hit the carpet with a slap. Hansen bent down and sealed his mouth over mine, prying my lips apart with a slick turn of his tongue. My breath and heartbeat sprinted in double time. Breathe, baby. I yanked a hand free and thumped his chest. We're at work, what if someone walks in? But I missed my girl so much, I want to clip you to my belt loop. I waved him off. No way. We agreed to keep this secret for now. Morgan Julian switched tactics, inventing daily excuses to summon me to the corner office. When Holly found out, she teased that Julian and I acted like two thieves on a permanent stakeout. Ever since that first stolen kiss, Julian had clung to me, begging me to move in. When I refused, Hansen went quiet, and I thought Hansen finally given up until I opened the door at midnight and found him hauling to suitcases. Baby, if you won't come to me, I'm coming to you. Hansen stepped inside, swapped his shoes for the slippers. Hansen brought and started unpacking. I tried to protest I hadn't said yes, but Hansen cut me off. It's fine, baby. You do you, I'll sort myself out. Hansen zipped through the room, pulling toiletries, hoodies, and a coffee maker from the luggage. Whatever. If Hansen wanted to move in, let him. I grabbed my pajamas and headed for the shower. When I came out, Hansen was sitting on the couch, everything already neatly stowed. Come here, baby. Let me blow dry your hair. I settled between his knees, his fingers raked through my wet strands while the dryer hummed beside my ear. Steady and comforting, maybe this setup wasn't so bad after all. I'd braced myself for something to happen that night, but Julian only curled around me and slept, pure and polite. The man spooned a supposed knockout every night and never made a move. I started wondering if something was medically wrong. Could those online jokes be true? After 25, a guy's engine just stalls? Morgan, I booked a urology appointment behind his back. Doctor, I think my boyfriend might have performance issues. The young physician looked up. Describe the symptoms. What makes you think that? I squirmed. Hansen sleeps next to me every night and nothing happens. With a girlfriend who looks like you and still no reaction? Could be a problem. Bring him in so I can run tests. I can't prescribe blind. Can't you just write a prescription now? Hansen frowned. Medication isn't candy, and ignoring symptoms can turn a small hiccup into a disaster. I thanked him and slid off the exam table. Baby, what are you doing here? Julian's voice rang out behind me. Baby? She's your girlfriend? Julian flashed a grin. Yup. Jealous? Perfect timing, man, the doctor laughed. Let's have a look. No dodging the stethoscope. My stomach dropped. What illness? Realization washed over Julian's face. I'm good. We're leaving. Hansen stayed silent the whole ride home. Even after we walked in, Hansen only told me to shower first. Eerily quiet for him. I crawled into bed with a novel, trying to read. When Hansen stepped out of the bathroom in nothing but a towel, my heart started tap dancing. I flipped pages at random, pretending to focus. Your cheeks are red, baby. I turned away. I'm not blushing. Hansen tilted my chin back toward him. Look at me. I was willing to wait, but since you're questioning my abilities, I'd better demonstrate. Hansen didn't speak again. Hansen simply stared, heat blazing in his dark eyes. His sudden kiss swallowed my protest, stealing every molecule of air, fierce enough to consume me. Night deepened, moonlight tangled with lamplight. Our breathing sensed, bodies pressing closer as though we wanted to fuse into one. Stop that. A fingertip brushed my lashes, tickling me awake. I slapped his face without opening my eyes. Baby, what am I going to do? I'm crazy about you. Hansen peppered my face with dozens of quick kisses. Julian, I warned, voice rising. Right here, baby. Hansen trapped my hand against his lips. Marry me. The word marriage jolted me awake. No, I blurted without thinking. All right. For days Julian holed up on the balcony, clutching his iPhone like a state secret. The moment I tried to sneak over, Hansen blocked me. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Normally the second Hansen got home, Hansen pinned me to the couch. For a 30-minute cuddle, now Hansen didn't even hug me. I narrowed my eyes, Hansen avoided them. Go shower, baby, Hansen said, ushering me toward the bathroom. Arms folded, I leaned against the frosted door. We'll see what you're plotting. I found out a week later when Julian called an all-hands quarterly review. Zachary mirrored Julian's phone to the giant screen. Gasps rippled through the room. I glanced up and instantly understood. Julian's WhatsApp with me filled the display. Chat wallpaper set to that sneaky selfie Hansen snapped while kissing me. I cocked my head. You did this on purpose, didn't you? Hansen shrugged, innocence personified. Now the entire company knew, no point hiding. When the meeting ended, Julian told Zachary to order an afternoon tea spread for everyone. Thanks for looking after my girl these past months. The co-workers seasoned opportunists chorused, thank you. Boss and boss's lady. Zachary cut everyone $1,000 bonus for their hard work. Cheers erupted. Long live the boss, long live the boss's lady. I could only force an awkward smile under the spotlight. And I thought that was the grand finale. That night Hansen took me to a candle-lit restaurant, and I finally discovered what all the cloak and dagger had been about. Mom and my best friend sat nearby, excitement glowing on their faces. Clearly they'd been bribed weeks in advance. Julian dropped to one knee in front of me. Baby, will you marry me? I know you're afraid I'll change once we're husband and wife. So I've already transferred everything I own into your name. From now on I'm literally working for you. Give me the chance to be your employee for life, please. Yes, I will.